In the Heights. Now, In the Heights is directed by John M. Chu and is adapted from a stage musical created by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who also created Hamilton. But anyway, basically this film follows the story of a large group of Latino American people who all live in Washington Heights. And basically this large group of people all struggle because of the economy. And in this large group of people, we follow one character who's actually struggling to make money, we follow another character who's actually struggling to keep his job, and at the same time though, we follow another character who's actually struggling with her university life, and another character who's struggling to get her dream job as well. And at the same time though, we follow one character in particular who was actually dreaming to one day get away from Washington Heights and follow in his father's footsteps. But even with all these problems that they face because of the economy, you still watch all these Latino American people actually sing and dance their worries away throughout the film. And honestly, that's my version of the plot synopsis for this film, because I've got to be honest here, I didn't like the film as much as I wanted to. I mean, I don't think it's a bad film, don't be wrong, but at the same time though, I wanted to like it so much more than I did, because personally for me, I think this film has one big problem overall. And my one big problem with this film is that it's got no big standout song. Even with a musical film like The Greatest Showman, which I'm the biggest fan of, I must admit, even with a film like The Greatest Showman, I can come out of that film and go, no, I didn't really like that film, but it's still got some standout songs like, This Is Me and Never Enough. But the thing is though, I can't say the same about In the Heights. I mean, I could even look at Disney musicals like, The Lion King, Aladdin, Jungle Book, or just other musicals in general like West Side Story and Sound of Music and so on and so on and so on. They all have that standout song in them. But the thing is though, I just didn't get that within the Heights. I think the music is, fun to listen to. I think the lyrics are well written. It's the sort of same lyric writing as, when you're getting Hamilton. And I must admit, I haven't seen Hamilton. I've heard some of the songs from Hamilton. I haven't actually seen it. Maybe one day I will actually, after I've seen this film, because from the same guy, made Hamilton, he also made this film. Well, the same guy, wrote the stage musical that this film is based on. But anyway, you get my point. It's the same sort of musical. It's the same, the lyrics are written the same sort of way as the lyrics in the song in Hamilton as well. But the thing is though, I think the lyrics in the songs were well written. I think the songs are all chirpy and a bit of fun. But the thing is though, they're not catchy enough in my opinion. They don't stand out. I didn't come out of this film going, oh, what a song in the second half. Then now I'm going to go and listen to it on Spotify as like my guilty pleasure for the next month or so. And I wish I found that in the film. I really do. Because I sat down to watch the film thinking, oh, it's going to be a lot of fun this. I've heard loads of, film critics, which I admire, talk about how much they really like this film. But then in the end, I just got to the end of the film and I was thinking, it was a film, it was enjoyable, but I wish I had more standout songs, and I wish all the songs were more distinct as well, because in my opinion, they kind of have the same tune. I didn't really notice a particularly fantastic melody or particularly fantastic tune in any of the songs, to be honest. And I just think that's one of the big problems of this film as a whole, because it's a musical film in the end. You want to have that big standout song like This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, or I don't know, The Hills Are Alive with The Sound of Music from Sound of Music, and then you can go on and on and on and on. Lion King, there's loads in The Lion King. I Wish I Could Be King, and then the Circle of Life, and then go into Aladdin, you got Friend Like Me, and A Whole New World, and things like that. And I could go on and on and on, all these big famous musicals, and that's the reason they're famous. Not because of the story, actually, because I don't actually think the story for The Greatest Showman is actually that good. I don't really like The Greatest Showman that much. No, but because of the songs in there. Because the songs are catchy and they stand out. I can't say the same about In the Heights. So much I'd never even heard of In the Heights till it came out about a month ago now. I never heard of it before. And honestly, now I can see why. I just wish there was a standout song in there and more distinctive tunes that I can differentiate from one another. Even in a musical like, I don't know, Mary Poppins, the songs are all different from one another in a very distinctive way. I can't say the same about In the Heights. Unfortunately, I want to, but I can't. And at the same time, another big problem with this film, in my opinion, is it's too long. I want a musical to be short and sweet. A musical which really gets to point quickly and really has those fantastic musical numbers which stick out because the film is short but sweet. So you've had such an enjoyable time, and those fantastic music sequences of the film stick out in the best way possible. And by the way, this film has some absolutely fantastic music sequences. It really does. When the direction, it's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, John M. Chu, the director of the film, did an absolutely superb job making the musical sequences, and I think the choreography and the dance sequences is absolutely brilliant as well. But the thing is though, the film was too long. So when I got to the end, I was like, finally that's ended, because honestly I thought about 5 too many songs in the film, I must admit, and at the same time I also felt there was 1 too many plot lines in the film, I must admit as well. Like, you follow this plot line at one stage of this young Latino American kid who wants to get his college tuition free, but he might not because of who he is, because of his ethnicity and everything. And even so, that's not a bad plot line in the film. I did think it was 1 too many, and it was a bit like, really, we're getting into this now, because you only really get into that plot line like in the second half of the film. But anyway, it's just things like that where it just feels like 1 too many things in the film, and honestly I just kind of got sad at the end end, and I didn't want to, but I just kind of sat there at the end going, whew, finally the film is finished, because it's almost 2 hours and a half, and it does not need to be, I must admit. And those are my big points of the film. You know, there's no big distinctive songs in there, and at the same time, though, I do think the film is too long, especially for a musical. But at the same time, though, the film does have a lot of perks. I don't think it's bad by any means. I mean, I did actually enjoy watching it. I never felt bored in this film, and I think the reason for that is because of the direction of the film. Honestly, I think Jon M. Chu, the director of the film, did such a brilliant job with the musical sequences. Honestly, he did. It's some of the best directed musical sequences I've seen in a musical for a very long time. Honestly, the musical sequences are really well directed. I just wish I found the tunes a bit more catchy. And at the same time, though, I do also think the visuals in the film are really nice to watch. I think the film's beautiful to watch, actually. I think it's a really visually stunning film, and I really like that about it. And at the same time, though, everyone in the cast is doing a great job. You know, I really enjoyed Anthony Ramos, I might pronounce his name, I probably am. He's actually the protagonist in the film. I really enjoyed watching him, actually. And at the same time, though, a nice surprise for me in this film was Jimmy Smits. I didn't actually realize Jimmy Smits could sing, and he actually sings pretty well in this film. I actually quite like him in this film. And it's kind of funny, because I've actually been watching Jimmy Smits in the last 2 seasons of The West Wing recently, and he's playing a very different character in The West Wing than he does in this film, but actually surprised me at how good he was actually a singer in the film. And I really like him in the film. I think all the cast do a great job. They've all got really nice singing voices, and they can all sing really well, and they all bring a lot of energy to the film. The film has a lot of energy in there. The choreography on the dance sequences, like I said before, is great, and you know, the musical sequences are visually stunning, and they're really well directed. I just wish it had more catchy songs. Honestly, I wish right now, after this review, I would go on Spotify to listen to more songs from In the Heights, but I'm not doing, and I just think that's a bit of a disappointment to the film overall. Like I said, I don't think the film is bad, but I wish it was much better. And so, all in all, it's a well-made film. I did enjoy watching it. I never really felt bored in the film, although it did feel it was overlong. But in the end, I wanted more standout songs in the film. I wanted more catchy songs. I wanted more catchy tunes that, you know, I'd come out of the song going, oh, what a song in the second act. Then now I'm going to go and listen to Spotify and like my guilty pleasure for the next month or so. But unfortunately, I didn't get that. And I do think that has a problem with the film overall. It's feel-good fun, but, you know, I wanted a bit more than that. And so, all in all, I'm going to say that In the Heights, I'm going to say it's about 7 out of 10. Honestly, like I said, I enjoyed this film. It's enjoyable to watch. It's feel-good fun and everything. And I didn't mind it whilst it was on. I just wish it had more standout musical sequences. And I think the film fails in some parts because of that. Because you have so many songs in the film, and none of them are really that catchy, in my opinion. I mean, you may disagree with me, and if you do, that's fine. Everyone's got their own opinion on a film. And honestly, I'm just giving mine here. So if you do like this film, I'm really happy for you. But the thing is, though, I just wish there was more catchy songs for me to really pinpoint and go, ooh, what a song in that film. At the same time, though, one other criticism to the film, which I also got to mention, is there's one sequence in particular where 2 characters actually start dancing on the side of a roof, and it didn't look real. Honestly, I would be fine with that idea if it looked real, but it didn't look real, so I was watching that sequence going, okay, this is clearly fake, and even so, you know, it's quite nice to watch. It's quite a beautiful sequence in the way it looks. It wasn't that well made because it didn't look real, in my opinion. I was kind of sitting there going, yeah, I don't believe they're actually dancing on the roof. I don't really know what the scene's meant to be doing, and actually, it's taking me out of the film a bit there. And so in the end, this film is enjoyable. It's a nice feel-good musical, but I just wish it had more catchy songs in there, some more distinctive songs which differentiate from one another, and I do think it is too long as well. And so all in all, I'm going to say that In the Heights is a 7 out of 10 from me. Anyway guys, what do you think of In the Heights? Please do comment down below and know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like and subscribe on the video, and look forward to many more both film and TV reviews come very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now, bye!